Shane Sparks, Trackwrestling.com, here today with Nazar Kulchytskyy, UWW ranked 18th in the world, came over from Ukraine, now wrestling for Titan Mercury Wrestling Club. Nazar, describe your journey from Ukraine here to the United States.
It's different. It's pretty cool. Like, I've been training there all my life, trying to get the best I can be, be in Olympics, wrestling senior level, and do some great things. And it just happens. My dad won green card lottery when I was 17 years old. We moved to United States. We knew Larry. I've been contacting Larry Marchand since I was even 2 years before that. So I was 15 years old. I was contacting him. He's like, helped me out and supported me to come over here. So we knew somebody here in Wisconsin, and it starts everything from there.
How did you become involved in wrestling?
Ukraine, Europe, biggest sport is soccer out there. So obviously I wanted to be a soccer player when I was like 5 years old, 6 years old. So I show up in a soccer practice when I was 7, and they said I was a little too young, so let's show up next year. And so it made me really upset. So I went to wrestling practice, and coach said, hey, you're welcome. Just take off your shoes and go and wrestle. So that's how it started.
Describe the transition going from nothing but freestyle to folk style wrestling, where you won 3 national titles for Division III Oshkosh, but what made that transition so difficult?
That's a completely different sport. Top and bottom, riding and escapes and all that, it just makes huge difference. I feel like it's way easier to just, transition from folk style to freestyle, because it's mostly takedowns, and top and bottom and freestyle is easier to learn than top and bottom and folk style. So top and bottom was obviously like the toughest thing ever I had to go through in my life, so it was big.
It was pretty cool for you last December, the World Club Cup. Am I saying that correctly?
World Clubs Cup.
There we go. That was in Ukraine, your home country, representing Titan Mercury. You guys win that championship. What was that experience like for you?
Oh, that was great. I always wanted to wrestle in World Cup or World Clubs Cup and represent United States. It was neat that they choose me to represent them at 70 kilos. And it was made really special. I wrestled in front of my crowd in Ukraine. And, I had a lot to prove in front of that crowd, in front of coaches, in front of wrestlers that used to wrestle. And that was neat, because I wrestled a guy who won nationals, national champion for Ukraine, and I had a big match with him, and it was just a lot of pressure on me. And I ended up beating him, and I just proved them that I'm living in the United States, and work just as hard, if not harder, just to reach my dreams.
How do you deal with that pressure? What have you learned over the years to have yourself ready, refined for when those lights shine bright, the big matches?
I just trying to calm myself down. I just know I've been doing it for so many times. I'm just practicing every day, put so much time into it, and I feel like as soon as it's time to go and you step on that mat, you're just ready, because you've been there so many times. It's like your full-time job pretty much. So as soon as you step out there, all pressure is off. So you were thinking a little bit nervous in before match, but as soon as you step on that mat, you trust the time, you trust your training, trust everything the coach has been preparing you for, and as soon as you step in the mat, I feel like you're just ready to go, because that's what you do.
As I mentioned, recent rankings, UWW ranked 18th in the world. When you look at your training the last 3, 4, 5 years, what do you think has been most instrumental from a training aspect in getting to where you are now?
It's been difficult, I wrestle folk style, and then obviously freestyle is where I'm at. That's what I wrestle all my life. So I was very happy to be graduating UW Oshkosh and moving on to Madison and training freestyle. Plus Titan Mercury did such a great job, to support me and to travel me around and get all this, training situations. They travel me around the world, around the United States, find me the best partners possibly can find, and just get better to wrestle with really good guys. And when you wrestle one of the best guys in the world, it's where you grow. So as soon as you want to get there, you got to train with the best. It's what I've been doing, and I've been improving. And so thanks to them, thanks for Badger Wrestling Club. Badger RTC is right now, we just changed it, and they're finding me great guys, good partners, and Titan Mercury, Badger RTC, helped me out a lot, and I feel like I've been the most. It's because of their help.
A week away from the U.S. Open in Las Vegas, Nevada, 70 kilos, like all the weight classes at this stage of the game. They're all stacked. What is you most excited about? A great opportunity for you, Nazar.
You know, I'm just excited because I worked so hard for this, and I'm just excited to go out there and do my best. And I'm preparing for this pretty much all year. So I'm just happy to go there, do my best, and see what it takes me.
What'll be most critical for you? Those little details within the battle, so to say. What'll be most important for you to establish in that tournament to have the success you want?
So it's just been a bunch of things, bunch of moves that I've been working on, little tricks, little things that I didn't do it before, you know. So now I'm just preparing that for tough matches like I'm gonna have out there. You know, the best guys, just like you said, best guys in the nation, maybe the best guys in the world. So do that, and plus mindset. You know, I've been training. Tyler Mercury got us a camp in New York, and there's a world champion from Russia, Kurban Aliyev, was there. Also, the world champion from Italy, Chamizo, was there. And been training with those guys, who's the best in the world, gives you a lot of confidence. If you can know you can take those guys down and you can give them really good match, you know you can beat everybody in the world. So they give me a lot of confidence. So I've been training with those guys, you know. And now I'm going to US Open with a lot of confidence. There's a lot of little things I can improve on to what I've been good at, and now I can be even better. Just I don't know. I'm just, you know, just so excited to go out there and just do my best. So.
What do you take away from wrestling world champions? What are some things that you notice that really stand out?
You know, it's unbelievable because they're just another level, you know. Just a little thing they do. Like, for example, I wrestled Kurban Aliyev, and I end up taking him down, and second period, he came up completely different wrestler. Different stance, different movements, different everything. So he been learning me from first period. I take him down from the one double, you know, from he was reaching with the left arm, and I end up getting double from there. Low double, take him down, and he never done that again. He completely changes stance, completely understand where I'm uncomfortable at, and just like keep making me more uncomfortable and pick it up, tempo and everything, you know. And you're like, what? It's not the same guy wrestle first period, right? So like you learn a lot from this kind of experiences, and realize it was just a great experience, you know. And maybe what he did, maybe I can improve on things. I can do the same, you know, and improve on things like that as well. So that's why it's the best to have the best partners ever, because you're growing with them.
Did you ever, in your wildest dreams, think wrestling would take you around the world, impact your life the way that it has?
Well, I had an idea, but I never
When did you realize, how old were you when you realized, hey, I want to do big things in this sport?
I would say I was around 12 years old. We went to first international trip in Ukraine to Poland when I ended up winning the tournament out there, you know. So it's like, oh, I'm traveling different countries, and it's fun, and I'm winning, I love it, you know. And that's where I really realized first time that wrestling takes me places, have a lot of fun, you know, see different cultures and all of that. And that's probably one.
Where's been your favorite place to go and wrestle?
That's a good question. We've been in Cuba. It was Tyler Mercury went to Cuba in February out there, and it's a really interesting place. It was February, you know, in Wisconsin. It's super cold out there. It's the 80s, 90s. You know, you wrestle there, and then you go in the beach and have fun, a little bit, relax, and then come back to practice. So we had a little, like, a week camp, and then we wrestle out there, which is, I end up winning the tournament too. So
always feels better. Vacation's a little bit better.
Yeah,
the trip's a little bit better when you win.
Absolutely. So far, probably this is the best trip ever.
Been around this sport a long time, Nazar. Give me 2 or 3 memories that will always stand out in your mind.
All right. So obviously, first memory is the first win. So I was 7 years old. It was my second tournament. I lost my first tournament, and I was hungry, wanted to win, and ended up winning my first ever tournament, and that was something special. I won that. All my teammates just jump on me, make me so happy, so excited. My dad was videotaping all that on the huge camera back from 90s, you know. So I was
2, 3 guys holding it.
I know, pretty much. So that was probably the best memory. And the second one would have to be Harki World Club Championships finals, when I wrestled a guy who was ranked top in the world from Russia, representing Iranian club. And I was underdog, obviously, in that match, and then pull it off and help Tyler Mercury to win World Club Championships, and that's awesome. I feel like this ones have to be out there as well.
Well, good luck to you in Vegas. We'll be paying attention for sure.
Thank you.
Of course, he is the spokesman also for Leader Headgear. For LDR products and distributors, check them out on the web, www.leaderheadgear.com.